It ain't nothing like a fist full of cash or a bliss full of the hash that twists like a mustache from end to end, spread it like a rash from talking through your Walkman or at your disco bash. Give me the Tim's Rumpelstiltskin brown, a metal face mask with the built-in frown, a mic to tilt down 100,000 pounds, and see how kilt sound like spilt milk clown. Cocoa butter on a very ashy day, fam. Ray-Bans out on the islands of Cayman. Or I break it down for the layman. Band-Aid Soleil for the Central Pay. And a can of old gold, too cold to hold, slow your roll. Keep on moving like soul to soul, hold the dough. Like a fool stole pity, y'all, for trying to go up against City Hall Titty Ball. The black mic is like a red violin. Okay, everybody back to the lab, try again. Rap game like Leviathan, leave bad taste, killing my high like niacin. Stop kidding, middlemen need Ritalin. Hit me with the full tin and gin and I'm a kid again. Keep the bong lighting straight through the songwriting. The supervillain, aka the thong biting, is inviting all to the reciting that's dope and raw. Hoping all y'all come in peace and it's open ball. Tear the roof off this bum barrage clock by the end of the night. Spaz like shot spot. I spilt a shot, made the pen lines runny. Got the 10 times Ben Stein money. Funny how he ripped the scripts with a straight face, with more rhymes than his lines in your database. Placing rappers in endangerment who's reckless with this food for thought, sorta like breakfast. You could mark it off as wreck on the checklist. Wear gold fronts, can't afford no necklace. Should that 10 could go to help build them daycares? Somebody say yeah, pay your fears. Killer herbalizers their shares, and y'all can pay doom and beers.
Came to the shores of America, the sky that's a pillar, the alpha and omega, the home of the beggars, the black settlers who've been beaten, raped, lynched, robbed, and stoned, and called upon the earth for service that they couldn't maintain at home. This dates back to 1555 when they captured the first tribe of men and piled them in a pen 50 feet high. They took them all on the 9,000-mile ride and landed on the shore of a place they never seen before. We read about this inside the ancient books of war. Find it.
Alright, so listen up, crypto. Listen up. Fucking bunch of wonderful people. You don't know shit about anything, right? You don't know shit, honestly. It's going to take the majority of the crypto space probably about a year to maybe 3 years to catch up to what has just been fucking rolled out in front of all of our faces, in plain sight, mind you, right? So if you have a look, right, now use all of your brain capacity right now and have a think. Why does Ethereum suck right now? Price is good, you know, fees are bad. I mean, yeah, Gwei's been a bit better. They're rolling out some other stuff. Maybe Ethereum does get around to fixing everything and making it as cheap as Pulse Chain, as cheap as Arbitrum, as cheap as BNB, you know, the L2 solutions or Pulse Chain L1. But if not, you know, it's kind of a pain in the ass. If you have a shit ton of cryptocurrency like Ethereum, you know, maybe you're, I don't know, some large ass hedge fund, you're trying to get all your hands on all the fucking Ethereum you can, but you're realizing these fees just fucking suck. And then what? Well, apparently, to me, this is fucking kind of huge, but I don't like people understand it. Like, think about this, for instance. Too Long Didn't Read. It appears to do wrap Ethereum on Pulse Chain to Ethereum. Now, if you don't know what the fuck Pulse Chain is and how you can buy it, then you go to a DEX, right? Go to a DEX. And then you get Pulse Chain, however you would get Pulse Chain normally. You got to figure that shit out because no one's going to hold your hand and walk you through this shit, right? And then you can, if you wanted to, you can exchange your Pulse Chain for, look, DAI's on here, USDC, USDT. Maybe you don't like X. Maybe you don't know what INC is. I don't know. All right. So remember the phrase we got that we have their tickers? Like, have a look here. There is wrapped Ethereum on Pulse Chain, which you can purchase for fractions of fucking pennies, right? To obtain it. And then you're able to, if you wanted to, if you had a large stake ending over on fucking Ethereum or something like that, you could then send your wrapped Ethereum across this new tech, and then it would give you Ethereum, and you wouldn't need gas to unwrap the fucking shit because it's not wrapped Ethereum. It's just, it would be Ethereum. That's fucking huge. Is Ethereum dead? is Hex dead on Ethereum? I don't know. Maybe this would have been helpful if people decided not to kill Ethereum, but you know what? Why bother, right? Why bother in understanding what the fuck you could do? Instead, just murder it, let it to die, let it to bleed out, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh, not only can you get the Hedron Icosa, oh, but also if you wanted to, you could go over and play with wrapped Ethereum on Pulse Chain for fractions of pennies for every trade. And then if you wanted to, you can exit onto Ethereum chain without having to pay any fees. And if you wanted to over on Pulse Chain, you could lock it away in some LP. You could help create DeFi further, and you could get 42% APR, which you're not getting anywhere in Legacy. Maybe get some other chains, yeah. But now you have the bonus of being able to exit onto Ethereum with no gas fees. That's huge. I think it's huge, but then once you get over there and you've got your Ethereum, then you've got to send to your dirty exchange. The dirty exchange will 4-factor authenticate you. After you've done like a trade to some, well, maybe you send to Ethereum, I guess. I don't know. But it is overall, that is a pretty huge announcement. It's very positive for the space. I just hope people understand what they can do. Like, you can figure out, I don't know if you remember, I put together that fucking some ways you can maneuver through the chains and get cheaper routes. Well, maybe, just maybe, people will figure out you could do some shit over on Pulse Chain, but for some reason no one's talking about Pulse Chain, and for some reason it's bleeding to death, and no one cares because we like meme coins better. And meanwhile, we're like, did you know there's some pretty decent APR here? Did you know that you can bridge out without having to wrap Ethereum? Like, I've never heard of that before. I guess an equivalent maybe is CalSwap when you're trading. Uses the token as a, if you've got a DAI and USDC, and it'll charge you DAI as a fee. So maybe you're not getting charged any gas, but this is kind of similar, except you're going across chain. So I don't know. I'll leave it there. What is that? Just information that no one's going to care about until they figure out what it is. And in the meantime, people will take advantage of it before you guys. So I don't know, people, but yeah, that is the breaking news of the hour, and Free Speech is going to sign out on this one. Oh, hang on, before I do, we got some chats. We got Tin Top, thank you. Post sucks. Come on, man, how does it suck? I'm not supporting some weirdo Peter guy. It's clear as day now Richard was always a losser. I knew he would never get mainstream traction in space. He's too unlikable. I was right, he was wrong. He wishes he could do what Solana did and become a household name. Oh wee. That is some strong fucking words from wall to wall. Thank you for making this stream entertaining. I don't think Pulse sucks. The price fucking sucks right now. Wall to wall, what do you think? Be brutally honest. What do you think of this? Do you think me or wall to wall? Am I on the sidelines? I'm not on the sidelines. Fuck that. Well, I have fiat and I want to actively DCA in. I'm staked for 12 more hellish. You're trapped with us. Welcome to hell. Now, yeah. Just think wall to wall. In 12 years, you might have, $1 billion, trillion fucking dollars. Oh yeah. We just gotta hope the fees on Pulse Chain aren't, high. And we need to fork the thing again. Worst thing I did was, oh, how so? What did you do? What do you mean chase your losses? That's crazy. No, I'll retract that. I know what you mean. I used to fucking trade Forex. Oh my god, if I only never touched that shit, I'd have a few more fucking Benjamins in my fucking wallet, I tell you. My liquid bag was worth 2 million. What? The fuck is Hexy? God damn. Yes, yeah. I don't know. See, this is the thing. Like, people have to, they make their own, choices, and then this is like the frustration. Like, why won't people? I don't know what Hex is. If that's a fucking thing, or actually you're referring to Hex. But even so, you have a liquid bag, and say it is Hex, right? And you have 2 million or something like that, and then you're watching it and you're not taking any profits. That'd be fucking devastating. But, ultimately, it was my choice to do that, if that's what I did. Yeah. But what do you think, Walter? What do you think about this tech? Like, say you want to trade or some shit. Say you think Ethereum has gone to the fucking moon, so you buy it in via Pulse Chain to save some gas fees, spend the same amount on Pulse Chain, maybe spend a little bit more because you got no fees, and then go over, just fucking play with it on Pulse Chain. I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Or is that just insane talk? Is that because my biases are kicking in because I love Pulse Chain, I love Pulse X, I love Hex, I love INC? Or is there something I'm missing and that's the reason why I am retarded? Nah, that is fair enough. Yeah, good point. I think people, I don't know. I don't know how to address that. People with like $100 fucking scream the loudest, and even though technically it's like a percentage is higher, so you have, it's like you're saving like X amount of percent higher, 1, 2, 3%, 4% even, by not having to unwrap. You think that'd be a positive, but then you're right. If you've only got $100, and then what are you gonna do with $100? Put it in fucking LP farm, $50 a piece, and then get not much return. Yeah, that makes sense. But if you keep stacking that shit, maybe, just maybe. Yeah. And to be fair, all these good ways to do it, but if everyone's broke, kind of hard. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know, maybe over time this shit heals and the whole space sort of gains more confidence, gains more traction. I'm not sure. I just thought this was kind of cool. But now, as you're pointing out, maybe it's not so cool because it has to be cool for your position. So, EHEX or PDI to $1? Ah, true. I haven't heard of Harmony Chain. Failed Chain. Why is there just nothing over there? Wasn't that the same with fucking Ethereum POW? No, Ethereum Fair or some shit? Like, it exists, but it's just nothing. There's no DEXs, there's no nothing. There's no liquidity. There's no money. EHEX or PDI to $1? Man, I fucking wish EHEX, like, I don't know. See, my argument, this is my dumbass brain, though. My argument is now you can wrap Ethereum over to Ethereum without paying fees. And that's good because then if you have high staking amounts, you can use that Ethereum and not have to unwrap it and then just stake. But then it's like, if the fee is that fucking high, do we really want to be doing that? Wouldn't you be better off just buying some bloody Pulse Chain now or something, or Hex now, and just not engaging with that chain? So I don't know. But it is a good story that you can do that. And if Ethereum does fix their shit, maybe Ethereum Hex won't die, even though it's basically already dead. Dead man walking. Let's have a look. I'm no way about making $40. No, yeah. I wasn't shitting on it. I was just saying, like, logically. Someone, like, the mindset of someone who maybe had $2 million US dollars at some point, and then they're going to, like, DCA, say, $200, get $14 a day. $14 is okay versus nothing. It does add up. But then it's like, because you saw these big ass figures, these like little amounts, even though they do add up, don't seem as much, you know. So I don't know. Yeah, the PDI stuff I missed. EHEX, maybe, but then if EHEX is going to $1, what's Hex on Pulsechain doing $100? And that's insane. But you can't rule that shit out. But caveat built in there: where the fuck's the liquidity coming from? Where's the LP coming from? Who's buying this shit? When the majority, as I mentioned before, are just dumping the fuck out of this thing for other shiny fucking sandcastles. Yeah, I love the idea of DCAing in and messing with LP farming. Mind you, if everyone does that, LP gets wrecked. But it's not as bad because the yield's pretty fucking decent, I think. I was in the first revenue stream. What the fuck? I missed that shit. There was like weird shit going on even back then, and I was like, nah, fuck that. The whole point of it was just to steal your fucking hex, wasn't it? Like none of it was. I think none of it was for like, oh, this is beneficial for the fucking token. It's like, no, that shit was designed by motherfuckers to come in and steal your shit. And I think that happened. I could be wrong, but shrimp farm or something. I can't remember what it was. There was another one. I can't think of it, none of them, but I didn't touch any of them. I was like, nah, fuck that shit. I believe in this. I want to touch this. But yeah, I don't know the PDI stuff. Maybe PDI. Nah, man, I am not right. If I was fucking right, thank you though, but if I was right, I wouldn't be having, as you can see, 0 in this fucking farm. A fuck ton more. Alright, that's that. I'll close it out unless you guys just want to chill for a bit, but I don't know. But yeah, and to your point, Team Top, you're right. Like, it sounds like meager, fucking $14 a day, but it's better than nothing. And I had like larger farms that were paying a lot more, but I fucking panicked and like, I'm like, oh, Pulsechain could skyrocket and miss out on all these gains. And then I moved it, and then I was sitting on a lot less per day, but it was doing better per day with other farms with small amounts, mind you. And then because the price still moved down, my hesitancy now in entering into LP farming is the fact that there is a chance, well, Pulse could go back, retrace another fucking, go half down. But my thoughts are it's going to go back up, and if I lock in the LP now, most likely it's going to go up and you're going to suffer impermanent loss, etc., etc. But you can then do the fucking whole LP and like stagger it out. So you have one chunk here, one chunk here, one chunk here. So I'm more inclined to think along the lines of, I think someone else told me this, can't remember who it was. Something like, view maybe the stable farms as a savings account. And I'm like, that's some pretty fucking tight logic, because if, for instance, you have $1,000, $100, or whatever it may be, $200, or whatever you build up, and you have it in a fucking stable farm, and the price of Pulse moons, and you miss out on all these fucking insane gains, you still got, technically, you still have the same amount of money as with this on the stable side. So all you've gained is the INC. You suffered impermanent loss, but that is, the understanding that you have. Well, I hope people have. I'm not sure why more people aren't messing with the fucking farms, messing with Pulsechain. It just seems like we've been, no idea. No idea. PDI. I don't think I've got any. I might have some PDI copied over from, but I don't know. I missed out early. It would have been good to. It would have been a crazy move if you were early I still remember when the shit launched. I slept in. I woke up at the time it launched, and then went back to bed, and then woke up 3 hours later, and I went, holy fuck, it launched. And I thought, well, I'm not doing shit. And I wasted about a week, 2 weeks, just didn't touch it. And I look back, but see, I could have fucking touched. I could have maybe engaged with some of the APY but I can't even remember. There was no price at that time, so I didn't even look. But I could only imagine what the APRs would have been back then, and the amount of ink you could have fucking got. Oh my god! Looking back, yeah. And I thought I sacrificed enough. I didn't sacrifice enough. I thought I did, but I fucking didn't. I tell you. No, that's about it, guys. All right. So that was, I thought was positive, but now we discuss it. There is logic out there that it might not be so positive depending on your position, because you need to have, a nice juicy bag for it to matter. I thought it was positive in the sense that if you believe in ETH and you think that Ethereum sucks because of the fees, this might alleviate some of that. But there is a good argument to be had that unless you have big bags, no one's gonna fucking care. But there's also, I think, a good argument where if you have large amounts of Ethereum and you're sick of trading and fucking dealing with all the fees that keep coming along on the Ethereum chain, you could come over and play with Pulse Chain, learn about Pulse Chain. I would call it far from a failed chain currently. And then if you want, you can exit out into Ethereum and you can do it without paying fee. But if you're that large in terms of dollar value, then maybe it's not so relevant anyway. But I just thought it was kind of cool take. Imagine if you could go both. Well, imagine what else could you do to make it cooler? Not sure. Imagine if somehow you could fucking create OP and create OP between Ethereum. No, no, create OP on Ethereum. Then you'd still have to fucking stake it over on the Uniswap side. Say you're making OP on Ethereum. Between USDC or something. Imagine you could create that LP over a Pulse chain. Send the LP across some sort of bridge, and then it becomes, native or something to Ethereum, and then you could plonk it in the fucking staking, so you'd save some wrapping fees, I guess. That would be cool, because the less fees, the better. But then how would you say, I don't know. You still have to pay that fucking gas fee. So it still sucks. Pulse chain better, but maybe some more usage for the Ethereum. And hopefully that helped someone. I'll play out my favorite song, and then we shall end. Thank you all.
This stainless steel stripped of their language, still survive the anguish of slavery, but still remain nameless. Separated to portions, and tricked by John Hardy Hawkins, and sold on the auction, taught birth control and abortion. Rulers of the first part became slaves of the first part. The devil's cursed God and reversed God. It turned God the dog and made people search hard. No relief came to the prophet, or deathly farad. Short trauma, dropped our mamas off in Bahamas and Barbados, Tobagos, separated us from slave boats. Made our own brothers hate us, from Virgin Isle to Jamaica, Trinidad, Honduras, Haiti, Grenada, immunity Cayman, mental enslavement.
Conquered more dips than the late Hannibal. Terrain gets too rough, I ride the beats like woolly mammals. Smoking shit like Joe Camel. Fatal when inhale, 007, but you still got tail. Q scrambling device must have failed. Spies, thick thighs, and mics get nailed. Lies, deception, military prowess. Bad bitches, tours, and microphone powers. Chemical warfare and mortar showers. Once again blowing up shit like the Twin Towers. Poison rounds for enemies or whoever devours. Holding shit down until the last hour.
Worldwide famine. Poor people demanding that somebody do something soon. And let's examine the facts behind the violent acts, behind the daily gunplay, the cocaine and the crack. Thug season. What's the reason for the treason? Everybody wants to eat. Some gotta resort to thieving, believing that a hustle will help them get by. But for every one that gets over, another 100 will die. Will I succumb? Will my heart grow numb? Or will I save the world by using my mind like a gun? Seems a better weapon, cause everybody got heat. I know I carry mine. Since the last time I got beat, ain't nothing sweet. I turn a stick-up kid to a soldier, put him down with the cause, make him feel real bolder and more intelligent. plus aware of the technology. The revolution is grab your shit and follow me.
2000 came and went, 2001 was crazy. People can't deal, fashion go back to the 80s. Got me thinking about my niggas, drinking dark liquor, sparks flicker in my mind. My heart quicker, think about the time they tried to front on a kid. Up in front of Mega Evans, nigga Neil, Juju set the D, rolled up like whatever you wanna do. Damn, nigga Derek locked down, Seth held the spot down.